this Premier League Week 13 picks edition of the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5, get $100 in bonus funds. Sign up with the code PLGP. Welcome, everybody, to the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Wednesday, November the 26th. We are here to dig around a frankly nuts week of Champions League action and some Premier League stuff from Monday before we get stuck into the weekend fixtures. Matchday 13 in the Prem. Joining me from somewhere in Nottinghamshire, he's got a big smile on his face. Oh, he's got wind, one or the other. I don't see him smiling very often. Mr. Barry Pedaluna. Barry, what's, if we need to ask, what's got you grinning from ear to ear tonight?
Just in a very good mood. I don't know what's happened. I just feel a little rejuvenated than I did, a lot better than I did a couple of hours.
That is a good word, Barry.
Like, a couple of hours ago, I was feeling a little bit down about this week and the midweek Champions League stuff. And then, I don't know, I perked up a bit in the last couple of hours, just really sort of starting to feel good about things again,
The whole nation's perked up a bit in the last couple of hours, Barry. I was the same as you. Last night pissed me off a little bit. We'll get on to Newcastle a little bit because I just thought they were there for the taking. And it's one stupid error, again, the same one that he tends to make every hour. And it got me down today. I was a bit pissed off. And then, we're so fickle. Like I said to you earlier, I think I like Man United getting beat more than I like Newcastle winning, which is really, frankly, ridiculous. And then Liverpool have got absolutely humped tonight. Off PSV, by the way. That's like getting beat off Middlesbrough. Like, they're absolute dog shit. And I know I'm taking a risk because we play them in a couple of weeks. It's home. So I know I'm taking my life in my hands. I'm asking for trouble. But they've been humped tonight. The new lad up top never got a kick again. Everyone's slot out. Callum's not doing his little left to right dance, which, by the way, everyone giving him stick in the chat before we even started has perked me up yet further. So well done, everybody. I very much encourage a pile-on of Callum. Got me going, Baz. And that's before we even mention Man United on Monday night, because we did the show on Sunday, didn't we? We did the midweek show.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I know. I forgot. And then I was like, oh, shit, we haven't talked about that. So there's a little perker as well. They managed to play against 10 men for 77 minutes, then conceded a goal, and then couldn't score for another hour. So, Barry, where do you want to start? I'll leave it up to you. Give us your thoughts on something.
Well, I missed the Man United game. I told you I was out gigging on Monday night, wasn't I? I went to see the old kneecap on Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun. Me and Chloe went, just the two of us. Got there, got down the front, got in the middle, and mate, it went absolutely nuts. I never saw Chloe. Like, maybe 3 or 4 songs we were together. And then at one point, a big mosh pit opens up, and then Chloe just disappears 20 meters to the left in a mosh pit. And then
into the mosh pit.
Yeah, she just got consumed by it, didn't she? And then never returned to me till the end of the gig. But we both had good fun. Both jumped around like mental for an hour and a half and come out sweating and having had lots of fun. It was good.
Good.
So then,
I
come out and I checked my phone and I've got a notification there saying Man United 0, Everton 1. And I'd got a notification earlier about the yellow card. The red card. And then I just assumed Man United would turn that back around. But I didn't have any signal while I was in there. So, that cheered me up even more coming out of there.
Yeah, I played 5-a-side on Monday. We moved it to Monday because Newcastle were playing. And it was the same. We finished at 9 o'clock, and I know the lad who works on reception. I said, what's a Man United score? He said, they're getting beat 1-0. He was all excited. They're getting beat 1-0. And Gay's been sent off for fighting with Michael Keane. which it turns out, what a ridiculous red card, by the way.
It was soft as shite,
Like,
wasn't it?
I think the distance that your hand travels before you cuff someone has to be if your hand travels, I'm just going this far, Barry, and people who can't see, I reckon about a foot. If your hand travels a foot, you've hit someone. If your hand travels an inch and a half, you haven't hit them, have you? Like, I didn't understand any of it. Look, I didn't watch it back in any great detail because I was just happy with the outcome of Everton winning. And Man United have improved.
Even Amorim said it wasn't a red card, which tells you everything you need to know. Nobody in their right mind thought it was a red card. It was like an instant, split-second thing, wasn't it? I couldn't believe it when I watched back and saw the clip of it. I was like, have I missed something? I had to watch it again because I thought I must have missed something else that occurred. But ridiculous.
No, it wasn't. Certainly wasn't Kieran Dyer and Lee Bowyer, was it? And then it's just been a mad old week of Champions League games. I was disappointed with Newcastle. I thought they were there for the taking. We were fine in the first half, and then Nick Pope just drops a bollock again. I never, ever thought we were going to lose that match, even 83, 84th minute. I said to the kids, we're going to score here. I just never thought we were going to get beat. And then we did get beat. But I thought we were absolutely fine. Bear in mind, we made quite a lot of changes as well. So, yeah, I was disappointed with that. We're still in a decent position. It doesn't change much because the away form shit. We'll have to go and beat PSV at home.
Yeah, I think that was what I was looking at. You mentioned, we've got to play PSV. That looks a big game because we did have the 3 home games in the first 4, which left us with 3 away games, being Marseille, Leverkusen, and PSG. So 3 tricky away games. The PSV home game looks massive. Win that one, and we should be through. And realistically, I wasn't sitting there thinking we were going to claim a top 8 spot anyway. But at one point yesterday, you're sitting in 4th place and thinking, frustrating. But I mean, there was a meltdown from Newcastle fans. I understand the frustration with Pope, but moaning about the team selection and what's he done. Like, we didn't play that bad. Like, I thought we played a decent game, and that one moment of madness from Pope's probably cost us because everything swings at that point, doesn't it? Even when that ball left Aubameyang's foot, I thought it was going miles wide. I don't know how he managed to turn it in. It was a brilliant finish from where he was at, because he curls it in as well. But yeah, disappointing. But I thought the performance was all right. Like, so not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, not the end of the world. There's been some absolutely fucking nutso matches tonight. Obviously, the highlight, Liverpool won PSV 4, which we've just covered briefly.
Can I just briefly cover that again? I'll listen to some of the...
cover it as much as you want.
Just listen to some of the aftermath of it. And nearly fell off my chair again as Steve McManaman talked about how you can't drop Salah because they're down to the bare bones. Liverpool are down to the bare bones again.
Bare bones,
they're talking about the injuries again. I looked at their injury list. They've got Frimpong, Bradley, and Wirtz as the sort of 3 who could potentially have got into that starting 11 tonight. Well, Wirtz has been shite anyway. Bradley's much of a muchness. And Frimpong would be, it's one of Frimpong or Bradley, isn't it, in that position? So it's not like that, struggling to get a team out or anything. They're just not very good, which is good. But yeah,
you don't have to tell me, Baz. You'll get no sympathy from me. Tottenham somehow managed to get turned over 5-3, which was quite funny. Arsenal were decent. They were better than Bayern, I think, for large parts. Bayern looked lively, as they should. They're very good. What else? I'd commentated on Olympiacos Real Madrid tonight, 4-3. Olympiacos were great for just about the entire game, apart from a 6-minute hat-trick from Kylian Mbappe in the first half, where it went from 1-0 Olympiacos to 3-1. So that finished off, and my head's battered, bars like that. It's quite a big effort doing those comms, especially when there's loads of stuff going on, like 7-goal thriller. I did shout 3-1 when Olympiacos got their 3rd goal, which made it 4-3, which was incredible. I don't know what I was thinking, because it's quite important to get the correct. So kids got up 6 yards out, planted the header, and I've just given it 3-1. And then I thought, it's not 3-1, is it? It's 4-3. So I just styled it out and pretended that everyone had misheard, and then I'd said 4-3. So yeah, loads of stuff, odd stuff tonight. We need to say hello to the chat because there's loads of people here, and we've got some newbies as well.
You can tell it's holidays
from
in America, can't you, Malcolm? That's why they're all in.
Well, yeah, I have made a little note to say Happy Thanksgiving. It says there, Thanksgiving. I listened to the NFL Pick Show with Sean and Ryan today, and they talked about what they were doing. Ryan always goes off-grid. He goes camping out in the desert. And he did this 10-minute sort of recipe of what they were going to eat. And he called it something really fucking fancy, like a potato tumbeyada or something. And then he described it, Baz, and what he described was a shepherd's pie. Right, but they went on, and it's mashed potatoes, and then there's meat and vegetables, and it's all layered. And I was like, hang on a minute. We had this proper 7-minute description of a shepherd's pie. So I've sent them to a message and corrected them. But it is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Joe Dollar's here, causing trouble, as always. Nick, ESD6. Nick said he's been listening for about a year on Spotify, but he's making his live debut tonight. Welcome, Nick. We're not down to the bare bones. Nick's here. Squad number 14, Courtney and Patrick, or one or both of them. Danny Midler, Callum Schultz, did the dance. Callum, fucking hell, this is making me laugh more than it needs to, the amount of stick Callum gets for absolutely no reason. Cree is here. Cree's made me laugh on Twitter all week. The Expert Suck podcast went to just a couple of weeks. Bob DeVita is here. Smudger, welcome. Fatty Merris, Matty Ferris, etc. Michael Roberts has joined us as well. I think that's everyone.
Oh, can I talk about Liverpool again, Malcolm?
Yeah. If you want to, Baz, have you got anything to say about Liverpool?
It's on the telly. Van Dijk trying to appeal for that not to be a penalty.
Oh, that's the only bit I've seen. What's he asking for?
I can't believe it. It just came out on the telly again. It just reminded me. He's literally, his arm is straight up vertical in the air like that. And he claims it wasn't a penalty because someone had their hand on his other shoulder, which made his arm go up.
Yeah, that's what happens.
It was like, when there was wrestlers back in the day, Malcolm, and they had different moves. And used to have one where if he pushed one arm down, the other arm would come up. I think that's what Virgil van Dijk thinks he is. The man pushed that arm, and that made that arm go up.
That one went up.
Yeah.
James Mafia was first in. Sorry, James. He was 20 minutes early tonight. What was I going to say? We've got loads to get to tonight, Baz. We're going to have to be careful. But gear up for the holidays. SGPN merch store is the perfect gift for the D-Gen in your life. Promo code is HOLIDAY for 25% off everything. Yes, even all your favourite things. I keep forgetting I meant to put something in that little gap.
Premier League
picks-wise, Baz.
Hoodie, maybe?
Premier League gambling podcast hoodies. They're delightful. My picks were not great. I got one out of 4. Borussia Dortmund. They went off about even money. It was ridiculous. We did say they scored 4 every week, and then they scored 4. Got the help of a red card and a couple of penalties, etc. But they went up the ladder. Bayern only scored 1 when I had 2. Galatasaray pick was dog shit. We faded USG. Galatasaray are on my no bet list.
I was going to say that's 2 weeks
to lose against Ajax, and then I had them to win, and they've lost. And Paphos Monaco under 2.5 was 2-1 after 18 minutes. So I got that one incredibly wrong as well. But a little Dortmund ladder would have got you away. And we gave out Benfica as a YouTube short game I commentated on yesterday. They won comfortably against Ajax. So, yeah, I was behind, Baz. Do you do any better?
Bit mixed, really. I took Chelsea to get beat. I took Barcelona team total. Chelsea done very well. Obviously, the red card kills my chances in back end of the first half. Tonight I had PSG in the handicap, so that come good in the end. That was looking a little bit ropey for a while. And then I put 2 picks out. The main pick for the Sporting and Bruges game was both teams to score over 2.5. That failed because Sporting won 3-0. But I did also say a good price, Sporting to win and over 2.5 goals was what I liked as well. It's 7-4. So managed to scrape a winner out of it, but my main pick wasn't very good. So mixed bag this week.
Okay, we can gloss over that then. I have got, Barry, if you would like to choose one or any of the following things, a selection of football topics that have cropped up in the last 48 hours.
I've got one topic here, so I'll tell you exactly
right, we'll see if your topic's on my list. We'll play...
it's got to be. It has to be.
Yeah, if you can match. You can choose from, Barry. These things have come onto my radar. Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup suspension. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, it's had to be.
The Women's League Cup quarter-final draw. Have you seen that?
No.
Fucking hell. This is just homework for the readers. We're not really going to talk about this. Go and investigate. You can ask questions if you want, Barry. The World Cup, the actual World Cup draw being seeded, that's a bit sensible. Arsenal's talent ID in identifying Barry Ep.326. And I saw someone tweeting that Arsenal's talent ID is second to none because they must have spotted him scoring that winning goal against Manchester City in the FA Cup final or something like that. The talent ID is second to none, Barry, having spotted Ep.326 playing in the top half of the fucking Premier League, scoring all those goals. So, yeah, well done to Arsenal for that. Oh, Barry, the self-appointed NUFC Saudi fan representative, Holly Blades, sucking off a fat ham sandwich looking arse bloke in the toilets of Marseille's Velodrome. Have any of those things got on your radar today?
The Holly Blades one I did happen to stumble across on X this afternoon.
Holy
so
shit,
yeah, for anyone that isn't aware, there was a female Newcastle fan who was a little bit of a social media thing for a while, wasn't she? She tried to be a bit of a social media
that
Newcastle fan.
She'd somehow brokered the deal between Newcastle United and the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. She claimed she'd brokered the deal. And then last night, after a couple of lagers too many,
on video in the toilets, sucking off a Newcastle fan in Marseille.
Family show, anyway.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, apparently, fans did get held back for 2 or 3 hours. So what else are you going to do?
What else are you going to do? Yeah, have a lovely blowy.
Ronaldo, we've got to talk about that Ronaldo thing. I mean, we talked about this during the Club World Cup and how they'd done everything they could to get Messi playing in the Club World Cup by just inventing a qualifying method for Inter Miami. And then they tried everything to try and get Ronaldo into that as well, didn't they? But for them now to have decided Ronaldo's red card doesn't carry a 3-match ban anymore if you're called Ronaldo, because bless him, he's never had a red card before.
So, Barry, I didn't get to this in my notes 3 weeks ago, and I'm reading it now, so it's about 8 pages back. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, the top line here says conspiracy! ! Card amnesty, Trump, Ronaldo, Mohammed bin Salman, Infantino, Ronaldo gets away with it. And I was going to say, watch out for this happening. And I never got to it. And now, but it's there in black and white. So I was well ahead of that curve. I thought they would card amnesty everyone, but they haven't even been that fucking shit. No. Just card amnesties him, which is absolutely ridiculous. So there you go. Barry, anything else to talk about before we make some picks? 20 minutes, that's not bad. That could have gone on a lot longer.
Yeah, we could have talked a lot more. Can I talk about Liverpool? No, sorry. Let's crack on with the Premier League.
Liverpool have got a game. We'll talk about Liverpool in a little minute. Right, okay. There's people waiting for actual picks here. Sorry, everyone. We're brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. You get the best prices. Novig is available in over 35 states. Download the Novig app. Get $50 when you spend $5. Use the promo code SGPN. Get on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And Underdog is your home for pick'em entries. You can win up to 5,000 times your money. Brand new offer for new customers. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds. Sign up with the code PLGP. Right. Premier League weekend starts. There is no Friday night game. There is no Saturday lunchtime game. So we go to 1, 2, 3 o'clock kickoffs. Lots going on Sunday, obviously, because there's Thursday night Europa League action. So the first game, Saturday, 3 o'clock, is Brentford taking on Burnley. Brentford are 9-20, minus 222. The draw is 16-5, plus 320. And Burnley are 13-2, plus 650. It looked quite a straightforward start in terms of handicapping the game. It's hard to make a case for Burnley away from home. So really, there's a few games in here, some shorties, where it sounds really obvious. It centers on getting the right pick, like the right Brentford angle into this one. Brentford's form is all at home. They've won 4 of their 6 games at home. And there's an obvious trend. Home games against bottom half teams. And I'm not taking the piss here because Newcastle are included. Man United, they won 3-1. Liverpool, they won 3-2. Newcastle, they won 3-1. Now, they don't sound like 3 bottom half teams, but they are. And they're three goal scored for Brentford either time. So the Brentford team total of over 2.5 is live. And it is a big price, 7-4, plus 175. And the Burnley away form fits into that as well. They conceded 3 at West Ham, Man United, Tottenham, 5 at Man City. I'm going to take a little bit of a shorter one. I might regret this because I don't know if I like the pick as much, and it's a worse price. Bournemouth to score in both halves is 5-4, plus 125.
Brentford.
And I don't know why I'm not taking the Brentford
Malcolm.
team total over 2.5. Pass.
Brentford to score both halves, you mean?
What did I say?
Bournemouth.
Brentford is the answer, yeah.
So that's your pick.
Yeah,
Brentford
I have written down
both
Bournemouth. That's why I just read it out like Ron Burgundy. Brentford to score in both halves at 5-4, plus 125.
Yeah, for me, the Brentford home form just led me to thinking Brentford should be good things here. They've lost only once at home all season, that one being to Man City. But they've beaten Newcastle, Liverpool, Man United, Villa, drew with Chelsea as well. So actually, you look at the run of home fixtures they've had as well. It's not been easy, but lost only once. They've scored 6 in the last 2 games against Newcastle, Liverpool, you've just mentioned. Burnley have lost 5 of their 6 away games. The only team they beat was Wolves. Everyone beats Wolves. And they've conceded 2 or more in every one of their away games. Always conceding plenty on the road. It's got to be Brentford here. They are a short price. So I've gone a little bit different. I've tagged on the over 2.5. So I like your pick of Brentford team total over 2.5 because that would go right in into my favour. All of Burnley's 6 away games went over 2.5 goals. 4 of their 6 went over 4.5 goals. So there's tons of goals in Burnley games away from home. Most of them in their net. So I'll take Brentford to win and over 2.5 goals at 6-5.
Okay. Just a reminder, Predict Addict, get your scores in. I cannot believe I finished second this week. Stephen Holmes beat me of all people. But my charge to the top is almost inevitable in that. So get your scores in. Next, we haven't touched on Man City because they treated the Champions League yesterday like it was the second round of the League Cup against Crewe Alexandra. I'm not entirely sure why he chose to drop everyone and then get beat. They take on Leeds United. Man City are 1-4, minus 400. The draw is 5-1. Leeds United are 10-1, Barry.
Yeah, that was a bit of an odd one yesterday. City coming into it now then off the back of 2 straight defeats. I didn't see last night's game, but 10 changes made seemed a little bit of a bizarre way to go about it. And what was, a tough game as well. And actually, I don't think, going back to the Newcastle game, talk about Newcastle not having got the result last night, but didn't play bad. I don't think Man City played particularly bad against Newcastle. It was fine margins in that one and a very good Newcastle home performance. So I wasn't necessarily put off Man City due to those 2 defeats. Before last night, they'd won 7 in a row at home, and all 7 of those they'd won by 2 or more goals. 4 of the 7 they'd won by 3 or more goals. So the home form's good enough until losing in the Champions League to Leverkusen. Leeds have lost the last 3 away games by 2 or more as well. So there's more sort of pointers towards the handicap. And Leeds have only won once away from home, similar to Burnley. The only team they've beaten is Wolves, so that one doesn't count. 5 defeats away from home, 5 out of 6 they've lost. And they've only scored 1 goal in those 5 defeats as well, Leeds. So they're really, really struggling away from home. I think it should be a straightforward one for City. City have had plenty of goals in them at home. So the pick I've gone for is City to score in both halves. City are 1-4, so you've got to look around to try and find a way of playing them. I think goals in each half's got a good shout here. So I'm taking City to score in both halves. And I didn't write the price down, but I think it's around 10-11. It's just short of even money.
Okay, yeah, it's another one where it's hard to make a case for Leeds at all in any way. So it's getting the right bet. I don't really understand what Manchester City did yesterday, but the 5 home wins from 6 and the scorelines 3-1, 3-0, 2-0, 3-0, 5-1 v Burnley as a comparison. Leeds lost 4 of 6 on the handicap. The 5 they've lost away. Just seems silly to move away from that. I don't know why. It's all ticks and boxes for Man City winning handicaps and Leeds losing handicaps. And the Man City -1.5, that's workable. It's 7-10, -142. It is short. But the -2 is fine. That's 15-13 plus 115. So we get the push at 2. But Man City can knock these off 3 or 4-0. So I'll take Man City -2 at 15-13 plus 115. The third 3 o'clock kickoff is Sunderland against Bournemouth. Sunderland are 2-1. The draw is 23-10 plus 230. Bournemouth 27-20 plus 135. I stopped pretty quick here, Baz. Sunderland regression is coming. We talked about it last week. They were dog shit at Fulham because they're dog shit. Bournemouth haven't been great lately. They missed Semenyo last week. 75% chance of him playing this week. I just think Bournemouth can beat them. Like, you put these two teams up against each other, Bournemouth are better. That price is fine. Sunderland are heading south at a rate of knots now. Balloon bubble, whatever you want to call it, is popped. Fuck them. Bournemouth 27-20 plus 135.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote down there, has Sunderland's drop-off begun? Quite possibly. No win in 3 and lost last week to Fulham. I was still a little bit cautious in taking them on here, particularly at home where they do remain unbeaten. And against the Bournemouth side with just 1 win away from home all season. Now, Bournemouth's away fixtures have been tricky. They've played Liverpool, City, Man Utd, another one of the bigger teams they've lost to away from home. So their away fixtures have been difficult. So I do give them a chance, and I think they're a reasonable price. So I was tempted. I just didn't get there. I thought for me, goals was the safer way to play. 6 of the last 7 for Bournemouth have went over 2.5, and both teams to score. And both teams to score is hitting 5 of the last 6 games for Sunderland as well. The over 2.5 goals here is perfectly fine. It's even money, and it's hitting pretty much every week in Bournemouth games because they aren't keeping many clean sheets. So I'm going to take goals, over 2.5 goals, Sunderland and Bournemouth at evens.
Okay. Next up is 5:30 tea time kickoff. This is horrible. Everton take on Newcastle United. Everton are 7-4 plus 175. The draw 11-5 plus 220. Newcastle are favourites 6-4 plus 150. Barry, it's minging, in it.
Oh, it's minging. Yeah, absolutely minging. Where do you start? I mean, Everton, if you look at Everton, I find them very inconsistent, very patchy team. Back-to-back wins coming into this. They've just beat Man Utd and Fulham. But you look back at their last 8 league games, 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws. I think that shows the unpredictability of them. The home form, Everton, isn't particularly formidable. I know the start of the season without getting beat there for a while, but they've won only 2 of the last 5 at home. But let's be honest, they don't necessarily need to be formidable at home to beat Newcastle, who cannot win away at the moment. Newcastle have just lost 4 away games in a row. The last 3 haven't taken the lead in each of them and gone on to lose. They've only 1 win away from home all season, and that was against the Champions League whipping boys union, Saint-Gilloise. So 1 win in 8 games away from home for Newcastle is shocking form. You can't back Newcastle. And until we see them go and actually see how to win, I don't think you can back them, certainly not on the money line. They did play all right last night. They could have easily come out on the right side of it, but they didn't, and it's becoming a bit of a habit. Now, the goals for Newcastle have been popular. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. It's happened in 5 straight games now. The Everton side of it doesn't really support that. 3 of the last 5 for Everton have gone under 2.5, and 3 of the last 5 both teams to score no. So I did struggle with this. I nearly got into the stats market. I've looked at corners, I've looked at all sorts just to try and cop out and find something like that. But I couldn't find anything. In the end, what I've gone for is I have taken Newcastle, but not to win because they never win away from home. I've told them to do something that's been okay away from home, and that's the scoring first. Because as I say, they've just done that 3 times in a row. You're getting even money for Newcastle to score first. Newcastle do find something and can play well, then that's a live pick at even money. And even if they turn out to be shite again, we've just seen them do that and score first. So Newcastle score first, even money.
Yeah, I don't mind it. You've done well there to pick something positive that has been hitting for Newcastle. Danny Midler's gone for the draw. The experts suck have gone for the over 2.5 goals. Michael Roberts goes for Keane and Dewsbury Hall goal or assist at 21-10. Really, I've made one pick here. I didn't want to make a pick. It was horrible, Baz, because Newcastle did it again the other day. And they're finding a way of losing. Doesn't matter which cast of players they put out. Doesn't matter how they play. If they play well, they get beat. If they play badly, they get beat. If they're somewhere in the middle, they get beat. Changes will be made again. Big Dick Nick was kept fresh. Joe Linton didn't start. But you've got repeated away defeats. And a team who have won comparison games at home. They've beaten Palace and Brighton. And especially at the prices. You've just said Newcastle have won 1 in 8 away. And it was against USG. And you've got them at 6-4 favourites. It's impossible. So the only available pick here to me was Everton at 9-5 plus 180. And also factoring in the reverse mush, hopefully. That doesn't work. I'm actually working on Saturday night. So I'm not too disheartened that I'm going to have to sit through this. Maybe just get a notification on my phone at the end that Newcastle have nicked a 1-0 or something. So there you go. Rhythm is crushing it in college football, NFL, and just added NBA. Weekly cash prizes are being given away for tracking your bets in the app. You can win up to $1,000. Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm, use promo code SGPN25. Next game is this Saturday night? Yes, 8 o'clock kickoff, 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's Tottenham Hotspur against Fulham. Tottenham are 21-20 plus 105. 12-5. The draw plus 240. Fulham are 5-2 plus 250. I'm laughing because I've just looked at my pick here. And it's not really in keeping with what Tottenham have done tonight. Tottenham have got away to PSG and played in an 8-goal thriller that have lost 5-3. However,
you haven't taken the unders.
Oh, I've taken the under 2.5, Barry. Yeah, don't. That's what's making us laugh. I couldn't remember what a pick I'd made. The top line of my note says Tottenham v PSG ? And then the bottom line says under 2.5 goals, 9-10.
Should I go first on this one and tell you where I've gone, Malcolm?
Go on then, mate.
Obviously you can't trust Spurs from one week to the next. They were well beaten last week. They gave it a good go against PSG. They've put 3 goals up, but they've conceded 5. And obviously ended up on the wrong side of the result. But for me, I just thought there's goals all over the place in Spurs games recently. They had a 4-1 against Arsenal, 2-2 Man United, 4-0 Copenhagen, and a 5-3 tonight. So that's 4 consecutive games over 3.5. Fulham can't win away from home. They've lost 5 in a row. And although the last away defeat was a 2-0, the previous 3 away games all went over 2.5 for Fulham. I just thought goals. I couldn't look anywhere else but goals. I've gone over 2.5 goals. 10-11 is the pick for me. So,
well, I completely disagree, Baz. In the fact that it's this price tells you the bookies are onto it as well. Like, this is fucking sharp. So, the home form's rubbish, Tottenham. 1 win in 6. And they are a team you can't trust. Fulham pretty underwhelming. They eventually ground down Sunderland last week, but they've drawn 1 and lost 5 away from home. So you don't really want to get involved with Fulham. Fulham have scored 4 times away from home. That's it. 4 goals. Tottenham have scored 7 times at home just, but 3 of them were against Burnley and 2 against Man United right at the death. So that's 2 home goals in 4 games. I don't know where these goals are coming from, Baz.
Sorry, have you just discounted some of their games?
I've discounted opening day of the season against Burnley, yeah, and I've discounted 2 against Man United.
Because
2
we're too
home
late,
goals
they
in
don't
4
count.
games. Sorry?
So they don't count if they're too late.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's 2 games out of 6 where they've scored goals, Barry. 4 games out of 6 where they haven't. And you're giving me the 9 to 10. You're the one who's fucking got your maths wrong. Under 2.5, 9 to 10, minus 111. Danny's asking what the opposite of the ray gun is. I don't know what the opposite of the ray gun is, but it's out. Because we were completely on opposite sides of that one. Right, we move across to Sunday, where there's loads of games on Sunday because of all the Europa League and Conference League action. Thursday night, early kickoff, really early kickoff, midday kickoff. I don't like this, Barry. 7 a.m. between Crystal Palace and Manchester United. Crystal Palace are 27 to 20 plus 135. The draw is 5 to 2 plus 250. And Manchester United are 19 to 10 plus 190. Barry, this is you.
Yeah, talking about a patchy team before in terms of Everton, Man United are another one. Man United had some people thinking they'd turned a corner a few weeks ago. Can you remember that when they won 3 in a row?
Oh, yeah. Turned a corner. We're back, weren't they? All the way back. That kid was going to get his hair cut and everything.
Yeah. And then fast forward a few weeks and you listen to the pundits after the game on Monday and it's full-blown crisis mode again. Amorim doesn't know what he's doing. Players aren't committed. Bruno Fernandes is an absolute waste of space once again. So yeah, obviously enjoyable to the rest of us. But I mean, you listen to Amorim again, he just sounds like a beaten man. I don't know how he instills any confidence into them. When he comes out afterwards and just says, like, he goes on like, well, I'm not surprised. We're nowhere near where we need to get to. And he's still talking about this, it's a process. It's going to take a while for, like, how long's he had now? He's had over a year to instill his philosophy and all of this lot and to spend a shitload of money, by the way. But he still just sounds like a beaten man every time you hear him. And then
How did Zirks? He ended up front the other day. That made me laugh when I come in from 5-a-side. I saw him fucking ambling about. I forgot he was a thing. Like, his hairline's ridiculous, but it's as bad as his football. Like, I just forgot that he was a thing. Anyway, go on.
And I think he's just got to take Palace. They've got Man United's number in the head-to-heads as well recently. They've won 3 and drawn 1 of the last 4. Man United haven't even scored against Palace in the last 4 head-to-heads. And then to top it off, Palace are in great form, unbeaten in 5, 4 wins from those 5, and 4 clean sheets in the last 5 games as well. I think Palace are a great price, 27 to 20. Palace at home to Man United. I'll have a bit of that, please.
The only thing that could put you off Palace is the early kickoff following the Thursday night. They're in Strasbourg, I think, in France tomorrow. That's the only downside. Because this really, to me, boiled down, Barry. If you gave me a £10 note, which team would I be happy to put it on? And there's only fucking one answer. Like, you ask anyone with half a brain that question, there's only one answer. Who you want to put that 10 on? And the answer's Crystal Palace, Baz. So 27 to 20 plus 135. The first time tonight, Barry, I will ray-gun you. Bosh. Ray-gun's out for that one. And now, Barry, before we get too deep into this, it is the game that everyone's talking about. Kickoff is back. I will appraise everyone of the latest. Barry leads 2-1. I am mounting a spirited fight back, Olympiacos style, in the second half. The ball is in the centre circle, Barry, on square A7. So just your side of the halfway line. I think Betty sent you your new card earlier on. It's your turn, Baz. What you got?
So A7.
Yeah.
In my half.
Just on your,
Yeah. Am I in the red half?
Yeah. You're kicking towards the blue half.
Right. Just loading up my cards at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm going to go forward 9.
9? Fucking hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That puts you in the 6-yard box. Where you going next? You're going to run this out for a goal kick.
I'm not. I'm going to go left 3.
Right.
And then we'll have a shot.
Well, that's out. If you
It's
go
not?
left 3, it's it may. I'm telling you, it is.
A7?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
It's there.
That's
If you
bollocks.
go forward, you're sticking it out, right out. A7.
Can I change my mind? I haven't got the board in front of me.
Oh, can he change his mind? Can he change his mind?
It's controversial, isn't it?
Fucking hell. Do you want a VAR? Right, okay, go on then.
Yeah,
Kids do that a lot, run it out of play.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just going to, this is not good listening for anybody, is it? I'm just going to lump it forward. 6 again.
6. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. So that's on the edge of my penalty area, Barry, in F7.
Now I've played my hand a little bit there, haven't I? Now you've got to.
Well, I know you've got that big card. Well, there's not much I can do about it, though, frankly. I'm going to put the pressure on, but oh no, I'm not. Oh, yeah, I'll have to. I'll play this free kick, Barry. So 3 and 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'll go which way? I'll go 3 diagonally left. So we're over halfway on A10. And then I'll follow it up by playing that little 3-6 there, Baz. So I'll go 1, 2, 3 into the centre circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into your penalty area, Barry. Square is G7. Have you got that? That's G7. Well done, everybody. More of that to follow next week as Barry holds on to his 2-1 lead. Next game here is 2:05 on Sunday. 2:05, yeah. Okay. Aston Villa take on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Villa are 1-2, -200. The draw is 3-1. Wolves are 6-1. This is another shorty that looks pretty straightforward. The handicap. Actually, I didn't mind Villa at 1-2, Baz, in terms of just a great acca leg. It's a fucking massive price. Like, not all 1-2 shots are made equal. And I thought that was great. Now, obviously, we're not going to give them out here at 1-2 as a pick. Villa have won 6 of the last 7. The last home game, they humped Bournemouth 4-0. They're not covering a load of handicaps, but also they're not playing Wolves every week, who were completely unbettable. The new manager inspires nothing. I looked at a few markets, but the first one I looked at was the one I kept coming back to, and it was just Villa on the handicap. That 1-2 price makes the handicap really attractive. 11-8 plus 137. They can beat this shower by 2 goals, Baz, easy.
Yeah, I thought this was the easiest pick on the card. Wolves have lost 6 in a row, failed to score in the last 3 as well. They've lost by 2 or more in 3 of those 6. And Villa have just won 6 in a row at home, 4 of them without conceding a goal. And I just thought exactly the same as you. Villa should be shorter than 1-2, which makes it really easy to try and find a pick. There was a couple of things that stood out for me. The first thing, I was looking at the handicap, -1 on the Asian handicap. You're getting about 4 to 5 for them, and even having a 1-goal win as a push. Yeah. But actually, I thought win to 0 isn't a bad price. 6-4. Win both halves, Villa 3-1 isn't a bad shout. But in the end, I just got to the same as you at a decent price plus money. -1.5 Asian. -1.5 on the handicap for Villa at 11-8.
I'm really good. You really close up that time, Barry. That was good. Matty Cash loves a shot outside the box, says Smudger. 4-1 for a shot outside and 2 shots. 28-1 there. Shots on target for Matty Cash. Like that, Lee. Thank you very much. 2:05, Nottingham Forest take on Brighton and Hove Albion. Nottingham Forest are 7-4 plus 175. The draw 27-10 plus 270. Brighton 31-20 favourites plus 155, Baz.
Yeah, I thought this was a tricky one, really, because Forest have turned things around a bit. They're 3 unbeaten in the league. And they've even found some goals as well, scoring 3 in each of their last 2 games now. So I did want to factor Forest in, but then Brighton's form's decent. They're a hard team to beat at the moment. They've lost only 1 of the last 8 in the league now. I was tempted first of all, with Brighton goals, 11-8 for Brighton to score 2 or more. They've done that in 4 of their last 5 in the league. So I started there, but as I said at the start, I wanted to factor Forest in, and particularly because they've suddenly found some goals. They're at home. They'll be on a bit of a high, having come off a few good results. So I wanted to factor both of these in here, and the easiest way to do it's goals. Plenty of goals for Brighton recently. Same for Forest. But I'll just take the overs. 10 to 11, I think, is a very reasonable price.
Yeah, fair enough. Joe Dollar kind of co-signs that. Both teams to score and over 2.5 for him. Forest did appeal slightly as underdogs because they've won 2 in a row. And last week was eye-catching, 3-0 at Liverpool. The form takes a bit of a dent when you see Liverpool lose by 3 goals again tonight. I don't know if anyone saw that result. Brighton are up to 6 now, and I noticed the one defeating 8 bars, the same as you. But their away form isn't as good. 1-1, drawn 2 and lost 3 of their 6. No trends too much in the over-under or BTS, especially on the Forest side. So I really struggled to split them. So we're going to go back to an old favourite here. I'm going to take the draw, Barry, at 23 to 10. And also, as Lee Smith was one step ahead, this is the 1-1 draw of the week, Barry. At 6 to 1, sing the song in your heads because Barry still hasn't uploaded it onto the thing. Any news on that, Barry, coming soon? Or not?
It just drops off my mind, and then forget about it. I'll get it back up and running at some point.
It drops off his mind, everyone. So there you go. 2:05 kickoff. West Ham United take on Liverpool. West Ham are 16 to 5. Little bit of line movement here. There's been a little bit of money for West Ham, or maybe just a fade of Liverpool. 16 to 5 plus 320 West Ham. The draw is Burlington Bertie 100 to 30 plus 333. Liverpool are 3 to 5 minus 166. Not particularly appealing bottom half clash here. I hated this in terms of having a bet because I wanted to fade both teams. I don't trust anything about West Ham's recent form. This is the problem. I saw them beat us. I thought they were shit. We were just incredibly bad that day. I then saw them beat Burnley, which meant nothing. They made a dog's dinner of that. And then last week against Bournemouth, they found themselves 2-0 up and had no business being 2-0 up and really then tried their best to get beat. So there's nothing I trust about that West Ham Renaissance. But back in a team at 3 to 5 who've lost 6 out the last 7 in the league, and they've got humped again tonight, back-to-back 3-0 defeats, and then another 3-goal defeat tonight. You can't do it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Liverpool are wobbling. West Ham in good form and scoring goals. So I'm going to have a go early on. I think West Ham will try and get into them. And this is a pick that's cashed in 7 of the last 8 games now, which is West Ham to score in the first half. Now, not West Ham haven't scored in the first half, but Liverpool have conceded in the first half. So it's not West Ham to score the first goal. West Ham to score a first half goal. It's 11 to 8 plus 137. You can't trust Liverpool to go 45 minutes without conceding. They're just not capable of it. So yeah, great price. 11 to 8 plus 137. West Ham score first half goal, Barry.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted to fade Liverpool this week. And then more so after watching tonight. But then you come up looking at it and you see they're playing West Ham, and that makes it tricky because West Ham aren't a side that you're going to trust in any kind of situation, really. Liverpool have lost 9 of their last 12 games now and 5 of their last 6 away from home. Defeat here might just put Slot at risk of the bullet. He's got to start coming under pressure soon, hasn't he? The fans are already getting a little bit fed up. But West Ham just doesn't feel like the type of team you necessarily want to take against anyone. But they are 3 unbeaten at the moment, and they've scored 8 goals. You just mentioned they've got goals in them all of a sudden. And at the moment, you take anyone to get a goal against Liverpool. So that's where I've looked. Both teams to score is really short, 4 to 7. Pretty much because the bookies know Liverpool conceding is inevitable. the biggest risk to this pick is probably Liverpool not scoring, if anything. Over 2.5 tagged on there gets us to 5-6. I think the over 2.5 in both teams to score is decent. West Ham might just cover the over 2.5 themselves, the way Liverpool are going. So I need to hope that Liverpool can nick a consolation goal like they did tonight. But yeah, the pick for me, over 2.5 in both teams to score, 5-6.
Okay, final game of the card is the game of the week, 4:30 on Sunday. Chelsea take on Arsenal. Chelsea 12-5 plus 240. The draw 23-10 plus 230. Arsenal 15-13 plus 115. Barry, finish us off with a winner.
Yeah, looks like the game of the weekend. Two of the form sides in the league currently. So it looks a good one to finish off with. Great result for Chelsea yesterday. Obviously aided slightly by that first half red card, but they were 1-0 up before that came along and had kept Barcelona quiet for that first half as well. So bit of credit there to Chelsea for a good result. They are now unbeaten in 7, and they've just kept 3 clean sheets in a row as well. That 7-game run has seen them play Wolves twice. They've played Burnley in there as well. Spurs and Barca being the two sort of standout victories, you'd say. So they are a hard team to fade. Lost only 1 of their last 11 in all competitions, Chelsea. But if you're speaking of teams who are hard to fade, Arsenal are definitely in that category. They're now unbeaten. Sorry. They are now unbeaten in 16 and won 14 of those 16 games as well. Clean sheets have dropped away lately. None in the last 3 games. Now, I think you could look at both Chelsea and Arsenal and the run they've had recently, and I think the run of games has been very kind to them in terms of the fixtures for both teams. They faced Man City and Liverpool very early in the season and dropped points to both of them, and then since then the fixture run's cleared up and they've went on a great run. But that wasn't enough for me to fade them here. The results, Liverpool and City, didn't make us think they're particularly vulnerable to Chelsea here. I thought it's not very often you can get Arsenal at this sort of price, 23-20, and it then puts goals at a nice price. So I've gone for Arsenal's team total. It's 11-10 for Arsenal to score 2 or more. I wasn't big on Arsenal goals earlier in the season, but they have just done this in 6 straight games. Well, I'll be 7 tonight after the buy-in game, and putting 3 past buy-in as well. So I think now 11 of the last 13 games they've scored 2 goals. So yeah, team total for me, Arsenal over 1.5 at 11-10.
Yeah, I like that, Baz. I copped out a little bit because my instinct was to give Chelsea a chance because they have been good and they're a very big price. Like, they're at home, and this is a team who've just rolled over Barcelona. They proved in the Club World Cup they could roll over the good teams. They knocked PSG over. So they can't beat anyone. But what tempered my enthusiasm for Chelsea was that they've played 3 top half teams at home, and they haven't beaten any of them. So that just sort of dampens your enthusiasm a little bit. They have had quite an easy run of fixtures, Chelsea. Arsenal were very good again tonight. I think it will have taken a little bit out of them. And Chelsea will test their defence more than Spurs did last week. So my cop-out bars, I went into the cards market because we've got 2 ill-disciplined teams here. I don't know how many cards there were in Arsenal buy-in tonight. Every time I looked at the telly, someone was getting a yellow card. Because I was watching Olympiacos v Real on the other screen. It's a local derby. There's a lot of fucking idiots on both teams. The line is 4.5 yellow cards, which is fine. At 5-6, minus 120. But I do like both teams to receive 2 or more cards at 5-6. It's the same price. So you get 4 rather than the 4.5. But both teams receive 2 cards. Seems inevitable in the last 20 minutes. Cucurella, Caicedo, Zubimendi, Rice. They'll all just be running around, kicking each other or rolling around, diving, arsing about. So yeah, cards is the bet here. Both teams to receive 2 or more cards, 5-6, minus 120. Barry, we are done. Good effort, good fight back that after 20 minutes of bollocks at the top to get done. Would you like to lead us off with your exotics?
Yeah, my lock's going to be Villa handicap minus 1.5. Nice and easy. Underdog, I struggled a little bit to find underdog, so I'm just going to take West Ham at 7-2. Why not? They're playing Liverpool, who can't win a game. So, bit of a it wasn't one I would have expected to be taken a few weeks ago, but I'll take West Ham to beat Liverpool. My score is going to be Thiago for Brentford. I fancy Brentford this week. Thiago 11-10 to score anytime. 15-4, just short of 4-1 for first or last goal scorer. My accumulator, corned beef pie accumulator, is both teams to score treble. Sunderland and Bournemouth, Everton and Newcastle, and Palace Man United. Both teams to score in each of those three games comes to 4-1. And I struggled a little bit with a stake in Stilton this week. I couldn't really find a starting point, so I've gone a little bit different. I've gone for a scorer treble. I'm chucking that man Thiago in again. I'm going for the form man for Newcastle, Barnes, Harvey Barnes. Surely he's got to start again. I know he's played 2 games in a row, but whilst he's in a hot streak, you've got to play him. Barnes, Thiago, and the final one's going to be Rodgers for Villa. Rodgers takes us up to 20-1 for that treble. So Harvey Barnes, Thiago for Brentford, Rodgers for Villa, all to score anytime, 20-1.
Okay, thank you. My lock is the same as your lock, Barry. Villa on the handicap has stood out. It's a great price. My underdog is Everton at 9-5 plus 180. Corned beef pie Acker is just a straight money line treble. Brentford, Manchester City, Aston Villa, 17-10 plus 170. And for my stake in Stilton, I went for a card treble, Baz, which is normally your domain. Joe Dollar's just nail on the head. He's got one of my blokes that he's tipped up. Card treble is Cucurella for Chelsea, Trey Hume for Sunderland, who's picked up 2 in his last 3 and should have Semenyo or one of the other tricky Bournemouth forwards pissing past him. And the third one is Sean Longstaff, away at Man City. Sean Longstaff pulls people back and gets booked for it all the time. He was famous for it. So Cucurella, Hume and Longstaff is 35-1. Anytime goal scorer, I don't know why I picked this. I've written it down. Yuri Tillemans, 12-1. First and last, 4-1 anytime for Villa against Wolves. And we finished with Data Dave. Data Dave lost last week, Barry, because he took Man United to win and under some goals the other day. So he fucked that up. That puts him at 8-3. I asked him what his karaoke go-to song was, Barry, and he's gone for Common People by Pulp. It's Data Dave's karaoke song, which is absolutely fine. His pick, I like this a lot. I fucking love it. It's the Palace double chance against Man United. It's a really simple handicap. He had it at evens, Palace. Seems like a nice pick. So that's Data Dave. And I think, Baz, we are done and dusted. Danny would like to know what you had for your tea, Barry.
Funnily enough, you mentioned it earlier on. It was nothing fancy tonight. It was a ready meal, but I had a shepherd's pie.
Wow.
So it was a ready meal, straight in the microwave. Shepherd's pie from Aldi with a bit of tender stem broccoli on the side. But nice. nothing fancy. I was in a hurry tonight. We had to go to the cinema. I didn't enjoy it.
You went to the cinema?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. Man.
What did you watch?
Wicked.
Oh, fucking hell. Why did you do that? Well, you're fucking mental, you, Barry. I don't know how you live your life.
I mean, I much prefer my gigs with the kids these days than trips to the cinema.
Was that?
The four of us went.
Why would you have to go? I don't understand this.
Well, because the idea...
just send the 3 feminoids, no?
One of the kids... Well, it was buy one, get one free tickets. So there was 4 tickets.
So.
And I would have just got grief if I'd said no. So I just went.
You didn't go to my birthday curry. Why'd you have to go to the pictures?
Well, that was me being healthy, wasn't it? But yeah, I went. I had a little nap in the middle of it, if I'm honest with you, and it just wasn't very. It wasn't very good. It was all a bit boring, so I didn't enjoy that at all. It really ruined my night. I think
Betty's going on Saturday, but my sister's taking her because I'm not an idiot like you. I had sausage, hash brown, beans, absolute classic. You can't like that. One of the world's greatest teas, Barry. So that was that. What you had was potato untumbe or something, according to Kramer, which is a shepherd's pie.
I'm gigging again on Friday though, Malcolm. Got another trip to Sheffield. Can you believe I'm in Sheffield? This will be the 3rd time this month. Went to see the Royston Club, went to see Kneecap, and I don't know why all these bands don't come to Nottingham. That would be easier. But off to see a young lad called Freddie Holkin. Kids both love him. He's got a little good little chanter. So we're going to go up and see that Friday night.
I've got my cup final this weekend in terms of work in Baz. Double casino tomorrow. Catterick Garrison with the Soldiers and Headingley simultaneously. So I'm double parking tomorrow. I'm then back at Headingley on Friday, of all things. And then South Shields on Saturday. So 4 casinos in 3 days. And then a Bundesliga commentary on Sunday lunchtime. So I'm busy as snakes, Baz.
Do you realise we've got a full slate of Premier League games next week? Midweek?
Yes, I know. I looked at that. Yeah, we're going to have to do that Sunday night, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Sunday night, then, to discuss all of these winners, to hopefully laugh at Liverpool getting beat again, and to make all the picks for midweek. Barry, anything else to add?
Nope.
Beautiful. Thanks, everyone. We appreciate it. We'll be back on Sunday. Good luck with your bets. Enjoy the football. We will see you all down the road. Cheers.